If I had a choice, I would like to be different than what I am. I would have liked to have been different than what I was, yes. It would be better. It would have been better for me. I would have liked to have had a better outlook on life. But I can't change yesterday.
Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the intriguing world of true crime. Today, we're delving into the chilling case of the Iceman killer, who claimed to have murdered around 200 people. Brace yourselves for a journey into the mind of a serial predator whose methods and motives continue to baffle investigators to this day. Richard was born on April 11, 1935, in Jersey City, New Jersey, to Stanley Kuklinski, a Polish immigrant, and Anna Cecilia McNally, an Irish-American. He claimed to have had a difficult childhood with an abusive mother and father.
I didn't like my father, as he would beat me just because he felt like it. And my mother was cancer. She would destroy everybody. She thought I took too long to do something. She didn't hesitate to give me a swat here and there. And she didn't just use her hand. She would hit me with a broomstick or something like that. It hurt. As a matter of fact, she broke the broom on me more than once.
His younger brother, Joseph Kuklinski, was convicted of raping and killing 12-year-old Pamela Dial. When asked about Joseph's crimes, Richard reportedly said, "We come from the same father." His father was said to be a violent alcoholic who frequently beat his children and sometimes his wife. However, Richard claimed that alcohol did not cause Stanley's violent behavior. The Iceman's oldest brother, Florian Kuklinski, was only 7 years old when he died due to extensive beatings from his father. Richard has 5 children from 2 marriages. He first married Linda and had 2 sons with her, Richard Jr. and David. He cheated on Linda with Barbara Pedrici, whom he married after they divorced. They had 3 children together, daughters Merrick and Kristen, and son Dwayne. Barbara said that Richard was a good provider. She never asked where Richard got his money. She only recognized him as a wholesale distributor. She was afraid that if she asked Richard why they had more money than they should based on his profession, the Iceman would become violent. Richard's first kill occurred when he was only 13 years old. He killed his bully, Charlie Lane, who led a small gang of teenagers. Richard claimed that he had been severely beaten by Lane and his gang, so when he recovered, he found a piece of wood and beat the gang leader until he died. Richard threw Lane's body off a bridge in South Jersey, and the body was never found. Richard's motivation for killing people changed as he grew older and started a family. He then began killing people for money. In 1980, he met George William Maliband Jr. to sell him videotapes. Richard shot Maliband 5 times, stole his $27,000, and stuffed his body inside a barrel. In 1981, he met Louis Magazay for another videotape deal, and that was the last time Louis was seen alive. His body was found 15 months later with ice crystals in his body's tissues that indicated the body was frozen before being dumped. It was then that Richard got his moniker, the Iceman. By the 1980s, Richard had many jobs. He had a video piracy business and a robbery gang, while also selling drugs and working as a hitman for several crime families. In 1982, the Iceman killed the pharmacist Paul Hoffman, who wanted to resell Richard's supply of Tagamet. Gary Smith and Daniel Deppner were Richard's burglary partners. As the police investigated the gang, Richard and Deppner suspected Smith of wanting to become an informant. Before Smith could speak to the authorities, Richard and Deppner fed him a cyanide-laced hamburger, and then Richard strangled Deppner. After Smith's body was discovered, a 6-year investigation began, and Kuklinski was arrested in 1986 after agreeing to assist a federal undercover agent in murdering a fictitious person. In 1988, he was found guilty of murdering Smith and Deppner. He later admitted to the murders of Maliband and Mazgay. He also confessed to Hoffman's murder, but the charges were dropped. Kuklinski was sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of life imprisonment. In 2003, he also pleaded guilty to the 1980 murder of New York City police detective Peter Calabro.
I've never felt sorry for anything I've done other than hurting my family. The only thing I feel sorry for. I'm not looking for forgiveness, and I'm not repenting. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I do want my family to forgive me. Oh, boy. I can make this one. Oh, shit. This would never be me. This would not be me. I feel for my family. You see the Iceman cry. Not very macho. But I've hurt people that mean everything to me. But the only people that mean anything to me.
And that concludes our deep dive into the chilling story of the Iceman killer. Don't forget to subscribe for more true crime content and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay safe.